everyone. Today it's a fun exercise. I created a chord progression where these chords are used in many pieces and songs. Now, you might think rhythmically it's easy compared to some of the other studies. However, I am basing this off of more slash chords, and it's an 8-bar kind of chord progression. I say that because I'm utilizing different movements with the left hand. Let's begin. I'm going to go ahead and just play the first exercise super slow, and since this is the lesson, I'm jumping to the first meaty part of the exercise. The play along will come out next week, which means you should definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get the full demonstration. All right, here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 and 3, 4 and 3, 4 and 2, 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2. Let's go ahead and break it down. All right, so the right hand, we have the D minor first inversion followed by the B flat, and the right hand F chord. Fourth bar, we are going to A minor 7 now, and then with just the hand by itself, it sounds like we're back at the beginning, but that left hand changes a bit. And then we have another D minor chord going, setting us up for the F major second inversion. Don't worry about the lingo. If you can get the hand shapes, that's a good way to start. We want to get you playing and having fun. G minor 7. The last bar is the only bar that has 2 chords. I'm playing part of the A minor 7 chord, followed by a D minor. And sometimes I play it here and also down there. The right hand rhythm goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to that 8th note, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The left hand, we just have the steady pulse. Rest, rest, see in the bass. Rest, 5th bar in, B flat in the bottom, and the A in the bottom now. Rest and A minor. All right, so let's go ahead and check our learning map, if you will. If we're able to play the right hand by itself fluently with the rhythm, understanding it, and I know it's hard to count out loud, think chords, but if you go slow and work on it, it will pay off down the road, and not too far from down the road. If you don't do that, you'll end up hitting a wall, and we don't like that. After you get the chord shapes down, the beginning is 1, 2, 3, and you can do it with ease like I'm talking right now. You do it pretty well, not thinking too much, and then you can do the left hand pretty well. Time to add in both. So we're going to go slow. 1, 2. See how that right hand, I'll go ahead and play the right notes, sorry. Take 2. Here I go. Left hand is steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the B flat. 2, 3, 4, and A minor 7, and and 3, almost there, and 1, 2, and 3. So let's say you can get through that, but you might stumble, then just go to that problem area and see where you're having a hard time. And if you keep at it, come back to the next day, it should be easier. The next exercise, I'm going to the meatier sections for the lesson. Exercise 4, we have anticipation. This happens a lot in songs where there's a chord punch right before the downbeat. So I'm going to definitely demonstrate just the right hand. We have the same rhythm, but it changes a little bit in some of the phrases. For instance, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3. Now to the F. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. The good news is if you can get this rhythm down for exercise 4, I only add a teeny bit of added rhythmic ingredients. I just made that up, but into 5, so it should be a pretty easy connection. Now let's take a look at that rhythm again at 4. If you can get that 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3. If that's your first time getting these kind of rhythms, you're getting a small dosage of syncopation, and you're going to want to really iron that out and go slow. Some students benefit just clapping it first. You can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3. That can help you. Some students will just play one note. Whatever keeps you accountable to get that growth. That is probably the harder section as far as the rhythm goes. The left hand and the right hand together go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3. So that's kind of fun. Well, finally they're together, right? Okay, I can do that. But you have to make sure rhythms like gears of a clock, it all has to connect. What we want to do is iron out that left hand. We have downbeat, beat 2, downbeat, and then 3, and then we have 4, and it switches. That will challenge you. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 4, and 2, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one's a little tricky the way I wrote it because the right hand is actually involved. So we're just playing the G and the F there. 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. Or up here. I'm going to go through the whole exercise slow, even slower, so you can feel what's happening between both hands. And I would suggest breaking down in the first part of the phrase, so it would be the first 2 measures, like this. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3. And then if you can do that, you can speed it up a teeny bit, but take your time. Exercise 4, both hands super slow. Here I go. 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and we have, I didn't put the A in there, but you can add that in there. All right, if this is helping, again, if you could hit that like button, it reaches other awesome people like you, and it also helps the channel out greatly. I really, really appreciate it. Exercise 5, the good news, and I did this on purpose, is very similar to 4, but I added a rhythmic build. A rhythmic build is we're in the middle of the phrase, and we're kind of doing very, in this case, a simple piano fill-in. So I'm gonna go play 5 a little faster just to demonstrate the feel of it, and then I'll just go through it one time slow, especially on the rhythmic build, which really is, in this case, I'm just utilizing the 8th note punch, like 1, and 2, and 3. And little crescendo is always good. That's how our instrument, the piano, can breathe. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 4, and 2, 4, and 2, 4, and 1, 3, 4, and 2, and I am also giving it away. Next week I'm going to add in some chords where it's down here. I like how that sounds. All right, I'm going to go through the whole thing again, but slower. And you'll notice if you did your work for exercise 4, when you get to 5, it should feel easier because it's very similar. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, and 2, and. All right, so if you definitely want to get into the play along, that will be published in a few days, in about a week. So you definitely want to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It doesn't help you or myself if you hit subscribe but don't hit the notification bell, because then you're going to miss out in the lessons. Especially, I'm really focusing on these series. Again, if this accompaniment exercise was helpful but a little too hard, I recommend that you visit some of my other playlists with the rhythm patterns. Until next time, happy practicing. Leave a comment. Questions are good. I love feedback. Okay, bye for now.